Welcome to the Contractors Secret Weapon radio podcast, the show dedicated to helping contractors, remodelers, painters, roofers, and others in the construction industry gain an unfair advantage over their competition. Get ready for some inspiration, some encouragement, some proven business building strategies, and a couple of new ideas that can take your business to the next level and beyond. And now, broadcasting from the Contractors Secret Weapon Studios in Southern Florida, Dave Negri.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another great episode of the Contractors Secret Weapon podcast. This is the show where the more you listen, the bigger the competitive advantage you will have over your competition. And hey, who doesn't want that? My name is Dave Negri, and I am the Contractor's Secret Weapon. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've created this show to share some marketing and business building strategies and some of the countless lessons that I've learned over the past 30 years creating and building multiple businesses. I have a great show to share with you today, but before we get into the conversation, I want to do a shout out to our sponsors and highlight just some of the things that they offer that can help you in your business today.
Running a small business is no easy task, and I should know because I had a service company for almost 10 years. I am the founder of a software called Radius Bomb, and it's unbelievable. And for all the listeners of Contractor's Secret Weapon, we have a special offer for you to check out. If you want to send hyper-targeted, laser-focused, super personalized postcards to your exact prospects using a map while sitting in your underwear, then go to contractorssecretweapon.com/Radius Bomb, and we'll give you your first 100 postcards for free. Just go to contractorssecretweapon.com/Radius Bomb.
Hey, is your phone ringing enough? Do you want it to ring more with highly motivated and qualified buyers that contact you, the contractor, directly? No more waiting for the phone to ring. Just answer that phone. Best Home Services leads are dedicated to making your phone ring with motivated buyers that call you directly. There's no obligation to talk with them. Just go to contractorssecretweapon.com/money. Fill out the form to secure your discount on the setup fee. Do it today. This special will not last forever. Check them out at contractorssecretweapon.com/money. So today, we're going to have some fun. I have a great guest. His name's Pat Morlando. I'll tell you a little bit more about him in a few minutes. But Pat's been in the service business for over 20 years, and even as a subcontractor of sorts. He loves the service business. And as we go through our talk today about the service industry and employees and challenges and training, I want you to be able to come back and take notes because there are some golden nuggets here. We talk about the service industry and, like what it takes, hiring for an attitude as opposed to aptitude, hiring for the future as opposed to the needs, today's needs, how employees are assets for the business. And when you are a subcontractor, Pat really talks about how in reality you have to really be on your toes because you have two customers that you have to make happy, but more than make happy, you have to make them ecstatic because everything about your service translates into more business. So let me tell you a little about Pat before we get into our talk. And Pat Morlando and Enjoy Your Party are revolutionizing the food industry, staffing service industry. Enjoy Your Party, president of franchise operation, explains where the brand is headed and demand for staffing services continues to climb. No one knows the food service industry like Patrick Morlando. His entire career has been focused rising to the ranks and increasingly in demand segment from his first job of scooping ice cream just at 16 years old and his most recent job as sales operation manager for a leading coffee company. And now the extensive experience is what's helping fuel the success of the emerging franchise concept, Enjoy Your Party. As Enjoy Your Party president of franchise operation, Pat brings a strong appreciation for providing quality service to the table. He decided to become part of the brand's leadership team to support its ongoing expansion efforts, realizing that customers have a choice on where they purchase their products and often make their decisions based on the service that they receive. Guys, the service that they receive. Enjoy Your Party was the perfect opportunity for Morlando to drive right in. And to say that Enjoy Your Party has been thriving since Morlando signed on board would be an understatement. They have over 450 employees and reach that extends across 5 states. The brand is already experiencing growth, and with the implementation of its franchising opportunity, Enjoy Your Party is expecting to continue to build on its strong momentum in the months and years ahead. But it's all about the service industry, guys, and how you relate to service and how you're picked. And let's get into the conversation with Pat right now. So how did you get started in this business?
Well, back in 1994, actually, I was working for a major food company, and my wife was working for an automotive dealer in New Jersey, where we live. And she said to me one day, she said, hey, let me ask you, where do caterers get the extra staff that they need for events? And I kind of looked at her and I said, I don't know, but I'm sure you'll figure it out. And I left and went to work. So that was her vision in our dining room table in 1994. And she sent out about 30 flyers, and then the calls started coming in. And I joined her in the year 2000, and here we are 24 years later, 475 employees. And
wow.
We're providing food service staff, front of the house and back of the house, to well over 200 caterers. And then we also have national food management companies like Sodexo and Aramark, up and down the East Coast. So started as her vision that she had, and here we are today.
And that's nice. I mean, from the standpoint of you're not dealing with any of the food. You're just, and of course, we'll probably get into this later. You're dealing with the people, which is a completely different animal altogether.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Just people. We do event planning and things along those lines, but for the most part, 100% of our business is dealing with the people, not the food. And sometimes that's harder. That's harder than the food sometimes will do what you want it to do.
Yeah.
The people talk back to you.
Yeah. No, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. So I'm just I thought that when you came across, I thought it would be a great fit, because everyone in some form or fashion, whether they start their business or they make it their business plan, deals with subcontractors, and that's what you deal with in a sense.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's funny, as the business started to grow, my entire professional, actually high school years, 2 point professional years, has always been in the food business.
Uh-huh. And
when I was 16 years old, I used to scoop ice cream for, I don't know if I can say it, but Baskin Robbins.
Okay.
And I often thought about, why do people come to Baskin Robbins for their ice cream? Some of them were traveling, pretty good distance. And they would come in and they would talk, and they'd ask me questions and hello, how are you? And I started seeing a pattern where they would come in. It felt like every time that I was working. And then I realized that they weren't coming in for the ice cream, because they can get that in a supermarket, they can get it at a local store. They were coming in for me.
Interesting.
Because the level of service that I was providing, they were making that trip. They were getting that 2 minutes of their day or 10 minutes of their day to make themselves feel good. And just go to a place where you got, great service, friendly atmosphere, and made them let loose and forget, their daily things. And that always stayed with me, through my college years and every job that I've always had. So, the product is the product, and if you don't provide good service, you can have the best product in the world. It's not going to be the best product.
Right.
I'm sure you've seen 100 times you've gone into a restaurant and the food was just okay, but the level of service you got made that food that much better. And then the reverse side of it too.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I think that I think one of the biggest things that and especially in today's market is that customers and on every level are looking for a great experience.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say I concur with that 100% because on our end, just think about it. You have a bride that's planning her wedding for however many years she's been planning her wedding, or a sweet 16 party, or a bar mitzvah, a graduation party. All these things have been in planning for years. And the vision that they think of has to become a reality. So when we go to market and we go and staff these events, we want to understand that. We want to understand what the vision is. With us, it's a little difficult sometimes because we're dealing with a middle person, which is the caterer.
Right.
So we have the vision, but we have to match personalities to the client, which we, for the most part, we don't meet until the day of the event. To the personality of the caterer and their staff that they're sending that we supplement,
right.
And then our staff, because if any one of those pieces don't match, that poor client's vision is gone.
Yeah, it becomes a disaster.
And they don't, our brand is behind their caterer's brand, so we're kind of protecting a bunch of things in there. So, we can never make a mistake. No,
because you have two customers.
Yeah, exactly.
And you have to treat them both equally and as important. Because I know that, there's sometimes, I have roofing companies who sell roof cleaning for me. So when I go out, I have to be really on my toes because I have to satisfy, and satisfy is even a bad word. I have to meet or beat the expectations of two clients.
Exactly.
And so that must be challenging for you. Do you, when you go through I know when you started out, it was completely different than what it is 20 years later, and how that evolved. But like when you had mentioned just a moment ago that you have to match pretty much personalities to personalities. So when you hire people, it's not just hiring wait staff. You're hiring, I would imagine you're hiring personalities and their capabilities.
Perfect. Perfectly said. That's one of our main focuses. We always hire the attitude and then train the skill.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're in a party business, right?
Yeah.
You need someone. You need someone that's going to be very outgoing, very, lively. You don't want to go to an event and see the kind of staff just kind of moping around. So, in the beginning, we were looking to, we need a server. We want to hire a server. We need a chef. It has to be a chef, dishwasher, so on and so forth. But now for the most part, we developed such a great training program that we hire the attitude and then train the skill. This way, they can be trained our way. They can be trained the enjoy your party way.
Right.
This way, they're not come with any bad habits at all. So.
And I think in today's market, in every industry, because I see it more and more in many industries, and I'm sure it's pretty much the same in yours, that it becomes harder and harder to find qualified, good help. Or not, well, that's not even bad. That's not even a good word. Qualified help.
Yep.
I know it's in the construction industry when 2008 came around. We were talking about that today. Florida lost 2 million jobs to construction workers.
Yep.
And so now, as things are ramping up again, the people aren't there. So in essence, in order to do it right, you have to hire by attitude and train. Because, and I learned this a long time ago, when you hire people by their skills and they don't have a good attitude, 98% of the time you're firing them for attitude anyways.
Absolutely. There's a bunch of agencies that are out there that do what we do. So let me just kind of walk you through, a day in the office here, because it's pretty interesting. So we have a scheduling team here in the office. It's headed actually by my son Joe. He's the head of the operation. So he'll come in on a daily basis, and he'll gather the schedulers around. We have some that are broken up into the corporate events, and then we have some that are broken up into private events, and then we have some schedules that also do like an off-premise caterer or banquet facility, country club type scheduling. So he comes in the morning and he outlooks, what the big mega board looks like, what the events that are going on, and where he has to focus in on something unique. Like, for example, we did where the Pope came to Philadelphia. We did all the staff for the Philadelphia. We did the Democratic Convention in Philadelphia.
Wow.
So events like that. He has to make sure that they're getting staffed with the right people, and so he plays this whole juggling of the staff. From there, him and Maria, who's our training coordinator, they get together and look at staffing levels and staffing needs. So through a very deep KPI program, we look at the positions that we're staffing, and then together those two develop a target on what the employee level needs to move and where they need to go, and then those two work in conjunction. And then me on the other side, I work with the administrative piece, with the accounts payable, accounts receivable, and then kind of run the whole operation.
Cool.
But what's pretty interesting though is there's a lot of agencies that do what we do, and their main focus is their bottom line. And Enjoy Your Party, our main focus is our client's bottom line.
Right.
Because we can fill a slot just to fill a slot, but if the person that we send is not qualified, it just creates a domino effect of everything bad. So we're always going for our catering partner's bottom line. And what's happened from there is, because we've always taken that approach, we've systematically grown every year, pretty much since we started. We just finished 2017 with our best year ever.
Wow, that's awesome.
And we actually staffed over 100,000 labor hours.
Wow.
In 2017. So it's a huge number when you start breaking it down by the day, by the week, it's a huge number. In our scheduling team, obviously they want raises now, but
no, it's called bonuses. It's called bonuses, not raises.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you get paid on profitability, not on your ability to perform.
I like that. I'm going to steal that one too.
Yeah. Oh, no, come on. Let's face it. Matter of fact, I was just going through some research that I was doing on the negative side, the negative effects of goal setting, because everyone talks about goal setting and the positive side and all the things they have, but there's negative effects too. And one of the things was, Enron. The reason they went out of business was because their sales staff was paid on sales goals and sales performance, not on profitability. So I put them out of business. But I have people, and especially in the construction industry right now, and it's like any job. People will milk hours, especially if you're based. So if you can create a system of your regular pay plus a performance bonus based on the profitability, then everybody wins.
Yeah.
Especially
right.
Especially if I know I have a roofer that does that, and so his crews self-police themselves. They get a new guy on, and he doesn't keep up. They'll drive him off because it interferes with their bonus.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
And because as a business owner, you need, no matter what happens, you need to make a profit. So if you make that profit, you're fine. But if you let people steal that profit from you, then you're not going to have any employees. So what's the sense? So a lot of people I know that have actually built very successful businesses based on their version of pay plus performance pay.
Right.
And it becomes a win-win for everybody. So it's like everyone that I've seen go through this, their employees stay forever because they're not going to get that somewhere else because they're going to be treated like an employee.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a great approach to to look at, because in what we do, we're only as good as our last event.
Right.
And
right.
and have people out there that are performing, to above standard is where we want to go. So.
So let me ask you this: since you deal as a subcontractor, or your people are subcontractors in a sense, what were some of the challenging things in the beginning? Did you, as far as your training programs? Because I'm sure that the people that come to you or that you accept as far as needing, I hate that word, needing, wanting to fill slots for you, because I realize that when you need an employee is when you end up in trouble because you hire for the need and not for the position.
Correct. So back in the early days, in the late '90s into the early 2000s, we were kind of hiring everybody.
Right.
And what made us turn the corner was because we're located in New Jersey, and unfortunately, when September 11th hit, there was a lot of people that were out of work.
Right.
So we started looking at our training program and starting to develop, how can we get people back into the workforce? There's always work available in the food service.
Mm-hmm.
There's always something going on. So we started working on our training program, and it was so powerful that the local adult Board of Education night school picked it up.
Wow.
And we offered that program to the night school, and it was kind of pretty cool. It was really cool because the cost of the class was pretty much 1 day's pay, right? So the people would pay for the class. We guarantee them to go to work, and it would kind of be in a zero. And what wound up happening was a lot of those folks said, you know what, I really love this, and this is fun. Where else can I go, get paid, eat great food, listen to music, and be in a happy place as opposed to being, right? So let me stay doing this. And as the jobs started coming back, a lot of those folks went to, I'll do 1 weekend a month or 2 weekends a month, and some of those people are still with us, today.
Wow.
So from then we realized, what? We really have to put our best foot forward and really put together, the comprehensive training program that's needed, along with an orientation. All the employees are all enjoy your part of your employees. They're all, through a paycheck through our payroll department. Right. No one's an independent contractor. They're out there with, full insurance coverages, workman's comp, liquor liability, general liability. And what happens is, they appreciate it, and get back to you saying a few minutes ago with the roofers, they go out to do an event and they take pride in what they do.
Sure.
And they'll take a new person under their wing, and show them, a live setting what their, what really takes place. So, the training and the consistency is very, very key. Very key. Because it can break you immediately.
Well, yeah, because you're not fitting people in. You're just into a. Mm-hmm. I want to say like a controlled environment. You just. The word that came to my mind was you're just slinging mud. Hoping it sticks to the wall. And I think that a lot of business owners do that in a sense, instead of I need a position now, and you went through it perfectly by creating that training program. Yeah. And I'm sure as time went on, it continued to grow and continue to get better as new challenges arrived. I would venture to guess that I'm thinking about that, like you said earlier, you talked about, matching the personalities together, you pretty much have to be the psychologist in a sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, to figure out, okay, this person is like this, and I'm going to put these people because I know that they'll be a great fit. So is that how you pretty much do it in a sense? Yeah.
I mean, absolutely. And it just kind of, just in your mind, you think of all the diversity of the types of events, right?
Right.
So the first thing that comes to your mind is weddings, birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, communion, so on and so forth, right? Now throw in, repasses, and shivas, and now throw in, some really Silicon Valley type corporate events.
Wow.
Now throw in, we have one customer where they actually make joint replacement parts, and they have, conferences, on a daily basis that, they bring in cadavers, and they're doing demonstrations.
Okay.
So, right, so now take that individual, Monday they're working, at that facility. Tuesday they're at, a Silicon Valley type corporate event. Wednesday they're at a birthday party. And it's just, so, finding that individual, you have to be, 5-6 months ahead of your curve, on your people placement or people finding, because you're going to need them.
Yeah.
We're talking now. We're planning our 4th of July barbecues and our summer events. On the people that we're going to need. Because that's another whole different aspect. When you start getting into the outside events, you're in a park with no running water. And how do you make this happen?
Yeah.
So with Maria in her training program when we first started, it was, we just need a bunch of servers, and that's the easy part. Call this catering hall, and they need 10 waiters or 10 servers for an event. Now it's developed, and as the training program is going, and Maria, she's actually a school teacher that took the program and has developed it much deeper, where she gets down to all the back of the house employees, the dishwasher, the different styles of dishwashers that are out there. What's the sanitation temperature? What's the, how often do you change the water? What's the MSDS sheets look like? On the soaps and the the chemicals, so you don't burn your hands or burn your eyes. As for for the cooks, talks about cut gloves. And gets into the detail. Has to dice and slice. In some places, and if we're sending a chef to a particular customer, we try to find out, hey, how do you like your stuff? Diced and sliced, so we can tell the chef as they're going in. So they're creating an image. So when they walk in, they don't need to spend a half hour saying, "Where's the dishwasher? Where's the walk-in box? How do you want this?" And so they're going in prepared, and that's what separates us.
Well, you've solved the problem before you even gotten there. Exactly. That's amazing.
So, as much as it's a great place to be, it gets really, really scary. When you start overstaffing, locations. And 475 employees, staffing over 100,000 hours. I'm scared. So.
I can imagine. Do I have too many people? I'm not going to end up with not enough. What's going on here? Yeah. So that's shoot.
And we get stuff. We get calls. We have our own bus. Perfect example. Just today, actually, we have our own bus. It's a branded bus. There's a Joya party on it. And some large events, we'll have everyone come here to our office, load them up on our bus, and we'll go to the event. This way we all show up together in uniform. It's just
sure.
A lady called me today. I saw your bus. I love your bus. I'm having a girls' night out at the casino on March 3rd. How much you want me to rent your bus for? I want to take your bus. It's a party bus, right? And I'm like, it's a party bus. And then I realized, enjoy your party.
Yeah. So you got so she just gave you a thought for a whole new side business, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right.
My wife looked at me and she said, "Don't even go there."
Honey, another stream, another revenue stream. This could be our retirement. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, mercy.
Guarantee it's going to keep me up tonight thinking about it.
Uh-oh. No, it can't do that. No. Yeah, there's some things we should never go after. Yeah, especially when our wives say no.
Yeah. That's right.
I don't know how long you've been married, but I think it's going to be 43 years. Happy wife, happy life. And I just learned that last year. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I get people who will call, I'll see them, they'll say, it's our 10th anniversary, and I'm going, oh, great, that's awesome. My 11th year was the hardest. And they'll go, what? Oh, this is a lot of fun. So, that's really awesome on how you put together training programs for your help to get them to match your needs and to get them to work within your system. And I think the cool thing is as we talked about it, that you provided or you gather the help, the qualified people before you actually need them, because you're not hiring on a need basis. You're actually, and it's like I've talked to my wife about this too, because she talks about we need to hire somebody, and I said, is it a need, or are you doing it as an investment for the future? And she goes, what? I said, hire for the future. Hire if you know you're going to need somebody, then invest in them.
Yep.
Hire them for the future, and then the only time that a person is not I've something came up. Yeah, but if an employee is not an asset, then they're not good for you. Yeah, and that's on both sides. So you can't think of employees as I know a lot of people think of them as cattle in the sense that we can put them there, but they really need to be an asset. They need to be considered as an asset, and if they're not, then they're not valuable to themselves or you.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I agree with you 100% on that. We're Maria, she does her recruitments. She's probably out 2-3 days a week, sometimes maybe even more. We do a lot of work with the state of New Jersey through their work development program. A lot of the community colleges, a lot of the culinary schools. We're always bringing them through, and we always have the availability and the ability to put them to work. Just how far our outreach is with our customer base, So
right.
we're turning away work where, which is another conversation, but we always, we have work for those people. So Maria's heading that operation, and she does a really good job.
So she's planning for the future.
Constantly.
Yeah.
We're like I said, we're talking summer events now. Because we've already planned for, the Easter holiday and the Passover holiday. That's already that was last week. So we moved past that, because you got to start planning.
Well,
we have customers that actually book. It was a quick story. Thanksgiving we were booked solid, and a customer called me like a week before Thanksgiving, and we had like 70 events going on Thanksgiving, and she called me up and she said, can I get someone, some help for Thanksgiving? This is a private event. And I said, I really wish I could. I went through the whole story, and I told her, and she said, can I book for 2018? And it didn't dawn on me, right? And I said, well, this is 2018. She goes, no, this is 2017. I said, oh, you want to book for next year? She said, my friends use you. Their friends use you. It's my turn to host Thanksgiving with my family. Let me book you now for next year. So we're starting to book for Thanksgiving before 2017. So
that's really awesome. That's really awesome. It's just a testimony to the things you've done and the way you've worked with your people. We're running close to our time. Is there anything that you've been thinking about you wanted to bring out that we haven't talked about that you want to or just even reiterate? But yeah.
Yep. In the final piece, I'll give you my contact information as well. But
absolutely.
One of the things that we did as an organization is we spend a lot of time talking about training, knowing the customer, knowing the client, knowing the employee, and knowing each component of that before you send it out to an event. So one of the things that Enjoy Your Party decided to do, back in late 2016, is we decided to franchise our operation.
Okay.
So we're very selective. We're looking for food service professionals that know an event, banquet managers or food service directors that love the food service business so much, but as much as they love it, they hate it. But they want to get out, but they understand the staffing aspect of it.
I grew up in that business, so I understand what you're saying.
Thank you. So we're looking for franchisees to join our team, to expand our brand, nationwide. So far, we've got 3 offices that opened up in Pennsylvania, and we've got one that's hopefully going to be coming in Albany, and we have an office down in Florida. So as our brand grows, following our model, it's a great business opportunity. So if any of your listeners, are interested in food service and food service staffing, it's a low cost, investment with a very, very quick startup. So if they go take a look at our website, which is www.enjoyyourpartyfranchise.com, and all the breakdown is there with all the details and the financial obligations and their requirements on there.
Cool beans.
Or if they just want to take a look at our regular website, just if they want to book a party, that's fine too. That's www.enjoyyourparty.com. So, and there's a
awesome
link, to each individual site. So,
we'll make sure that all gets up on our show notes and stuff like that when we're done. So that's really awesome. This has really been a great conversation because I just love to talk to other business owners and see where they've come from and what they've done to become successful. And I love the way that you put everything together for your training and the way that you actually, I think one of the highlights, well, that was a highlight, but another one was that it's about your customer, because it's not about the bottom line, because it's about your customer's bottom line. And ultimately, that reflects enormously on yours because you do it right. Yeah.
Absolutely. Like I said earlier, because the way we go to market, for example, we do a lot of most of the staffing in the New Jersey metropolitan area for Aramark. And when the Pope came to Philadelphia back in 2015, they pulled 3 agencies. It was us and 2 others. About an hour and a half, 2 hours into the day one of the event, they came over to me and they said, you guys are it. We're sending the other agencies home. And I said, why would happen? Everything okay? And they're like, no, the way you guys, you came in your bus, everybody was in uniform, you're representing, our organization perfectly. We want you as our brand out there in the front. So from that event, that led to the DNC in 2016, the RNC in 2016, and to your point, it just, being in the service business, if you don't understand service, you probably need to get out of the service business because no matter what you do, everyone's looking at you, with 10 eyes.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. This has really been an awesome talk. I really appreciate you spending time with me today and just talking about this stuff because it's great for every business owner to listen to.
Absolutely. Well, thank you. I certainly appreciate the time. And then we look forward to chatting again in the future if need be.
Awesome. That would be great. Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for listening to today's show and investing your time with us today. Being a contractor myself, I know all too well how precious time is when you're running a contracting business. And I want you to know that I take your commitment to grow your business very seriously. And as I said, it is the reason I created the Contractors Secret Weapon show. My goal is to share daily not only what works, but also share what didn't, so you can avoid some of the painful and costly mistakes that I've made. In addition to this show, my team and I offer various training and coaching programs, including a limited number of private coaching opportunities where you can work with me personally to help you grow your business. I encourage you to visit our website at contractorssecretweapon.com, where you'll find hundreds of additional shows, some free information on you can build your business, and you'll find my contact information if you want to explore working with me privately. So that's a wrap for this edition of the Contractors Secret Weapon podcast. Be sure to stop back at this time tomorrow for another great episode, or you can go to iTunes or Stitcher and sign up and have it downloaded and delivered to your phone each time it becomes available.
Now it's time to implement what you've learned and grow your contracting business. Great ideas are nice, but results only happen through action and implementation. To learn more about Dave Negri and how he can help you take your business to the next level, get some additional free business building information, and listen to additional shows, visit contractorssecretweapon.com. That's contractorssecretweapon.com. And remember, the more you listen, the more you'll have an unfair advantage over your competition. And who doesn't want that? See you next time.